Hey folks, good morning. Thanks for joining me this morning. Let's finish up our series this week on how arrogant can we be. I hope you're having some fun with this week. You know, the ability to sometimes laugh at ourselves is a great quality and will often keep us sane. Okay, so we are and have been exploring the concept of how arrogant can we be this week. You know, we've talked about it a number of different ways, how our ego, and I know none of us want to believe that our ego's running our lives, but too often it is, right? We've proven this out through showing how it impacts our unwillingness to prospect, to work on our business building activities, how it gets in and infiltrates us and creates just a lot of BS that diverts our attention, creates a lot of distractions because our ego doesn't really want us to do those activities. We talked about another concept where very relevant in today's world, we're constantly looking around us wanting everybody else to change. I want everybody else to change. Have I really looked at me and started the change there? No, because my ego wants me to believe I don't need to change, just everybody else does. Yesterday we talked about a couple of other concepts. Believing I don't have to put the work in to get the results that I desire. Like, how arrogant do I have to be to believe that I'm so special that I can expect results without having to put the effort and the work in? How our ego impacts our conversational skills. Did you try the exercise? Did you keep track yesterday of how many times you used the word me or I in your conversations? Find a buddy, partner up, track each other. You'll be stunned how often we use the word me or I in our conversation. I want to show you a couple of other ways that ego impacts our lives, definitely our business. How it disconnects us from other people, how it makes us unwilling to do activities that we ourselves would say, yeah, if I did that and I was consistent with it, I would get much closer to achieving my goals this year. But I don't do it. And I said, well, what gets in your way? Distractions, I got busy. I've got a lot of buyers and sellers right now. I go, well, that's all bullshit. What's really getting in your way isn't that stuff. It's your ego. You don't want to do it. Our precious little egos might get threatened. What's an example? A video. Are you using video in your real estate business now? Because I see most of your social media posts, and you know the thing that I notice that's absent way too much? You're absent. You do it. Well, look at my new listing. Yeah, I see it. Looks like every other house on the market to me. Look at my kids. Look at my vacation. You aren't ever in there, and you're definitely, most of us aren't using video in our social media and in our prospecting to grow our business. But people want to do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. Why aren't you using video in your business? Well, really, Mike, I don't like how I look. I don't like how I sound. And, I really sometimes just don't know what to say. Yeah, and I say, you know what all three of those things are? Your precious little ego. That is what you look like. That is what everybody else already thinks you sound like. And you're a professional, core, competent real estate agent, right? You don't know what to say? Oh man, that precious little ego of ours just keeps us from taking action in so many different ways. How about the reverse of that? How about watch your social media post. Watch what everybody else in our industry is posting. And some people took an overdose of this. Some people won't introduce themselves into their social media at all. Some people want it to be all about them. Look at me. Look at the awards I've won. Look at where I rank in my office. Look at me. Look what I've done. Look at the car I drive. Look how pretty I am. Look how pretty I am in the car I drive. It's just all about me. Oh my God. It just reeks of ego. And when you see that in other people, does that make you feel closer to them or more disconnected? Do you want to push them away or do you want to hug them closer? Yeah. So when we do that ourselves, that's what happens with our people. They're like, I can't take too much of this. It's just so much you. You're just so happy and impressed with yourself. And I said, nah, their ego's just running their life. How about our past clients? Here's the big one. And I've saved this one for last. You know, how many of us are staying connected with our past clients? You know my rule, right? We've talked about this a number of times. 1 day after closing, 1 week after closing, 1 month after closing, and then every 6 months for the rest of my career. Are we doing that? No, we're not doing that. You know you're not. You don't have to say it out loud. I know you're not doing it. You know you're not doing it. I know at a real estate closing, I can look across the table and know for a certainty that is the last time that real estate agent will ever talk to those customers. So you know what? I'm going to adopt them. They're going to be my customers from this point forward. Why do we have a failure to stay connected with our past clients? Oh, I'll tell you why. Your precious little ego. Yeah. Now, if you knew your past clients when you called them would say something like this, oh my God, it's Mike Prewett. Mike, thank you so much for calling. God, we've been thinking about you all the time. We still remember what an awesome job you did for us, and we're so happy in the house. And you're just the greatest real estate agent on the planet, Mike. Thank you for calling today. Oh, I'd probably call them all the time. But that's not what they say, because they run into problems with the home that they bought or with this home that they sold, and they're having issues. They don't really blame me for the issues most of the time. They're just frustrated and they have problems. They wouldn't mind a little help in getting them solved, but my ego takes that as a threat to me. You're not happy. I did something wrong, because everything's about me, of course. The reason you're not happy must be because of me. And then, as my wife likes to remind me, you know, Mike, it's not all about you all the time. I'm like, really? Wow, that's a foreign concept. You mean they might be upset about something that doesn't have anything to do with me? Yeah. Oh, wow. Hey folks, your little egos, mine too, they're running us, and they're causing us to get disconnected from people who already know us and like us. Might they be going through some frustrations in their life? They might. I don't think they really assign the blame to me. Might they like me to jump in and help them out if I can? I'm sure they would appreciate that. How about if I don't take everything so personally? Why do I take things so personally? Oh, it's my ego. Everything's got to be about me, doesn't it? You know, sometimes I like to pour a glass of wine, sit back, and just get a really good laugh at myself. My wife likes to jump in and help. But it is funny when I'll take the time to step off the planet, look down on myself, and go, my gosh, that little ego of mine really needs to be taken out for a spanking. He's totally out of control, and he's running the show. And I'm not going to let him run the show anymore. I'm going to get control of that, and I want you to join me. And I want us to go out there and make it happen for ourselves today.